Joe Hoppe is from Michigan and had several books out, and the rest of the bio was crossed out because it was for someone else, except for the word disco. So, disco, please welcome to the stage, Joe Hoppe. Hoppe. Joe Hoppe.
I won't come up to the stage, but please say my name right.
Joe Hoppe.
All right. So, I was inspired. Oh, man. Okay, last night, I really enjoyed Bob Phillips talking about ship, but also the little flower that can grow from ship. And I'm going to check my time here. Okay, good. It's called Message to You, Reader. Kind of like reading. Message to You, Reader. And it comes with an epigraph. Interviewer, what is poetry? Gregory Corso says, fried shoes. So slather them with bacon grease to let those fried shoes slide down a little easier. Never forgetting that when you ask for something profound, it just means deep and Latin. The depths hold bioluminescence, toothsome whales as big as buses chasing even longer squids that slap spiked paddles long as canoes into flesh they'll draw to their cracking beaks. Farther down, there's worms thriving in geothermal vents, close to boiling and sulfurous as Venus. Dive those depths with your intellect. Use your smarts to heat up, mash, turn it into bourbon, smoothing things out. Clarify dull butter into G. Pour it over popcorn. Sit back and watch the show. Thank you. This is from my book, Diamond Plate. Pretty old. You guys remember Michael Collins, not the Irish revolutionary, but the guy who didn't get to set foot on the moon? No? Okay, well, hopefully this is explanatory. But he piloted the command module that circled the moon. And he got his own reward. And he was going to go back up. They had scheduled him to go back on a moonshot. But he didn't go. He said, no thank you. And the reason he said no thank you is because it made his wife too nervous. And what a sweet guy. And he's my favorite astronaut. So this is Michael Collins and the far side of the moon. Like angels in their lack of free will, hovering above us purely as agents. Think of Michael Collins, 14 orbits around the moon, but never getting closer than 9 miles to its surface. Command module for Buzz and Neil, trudging their seas of tranquility and glory. While alone above their heads, he circled like a film noir taxi, keeping the motor running for the getaway. But 47 minutes of each 2-hour orbit found him beyond all contact, in truly cosmic solitude, the far side of the moon, with no Earth to look back on, a universe to look out on, all to himself. He was the first man to be that alone. The earth couldn't even see the earth, couldn't talk to anybody, radio silence, and he had that utter aloneness, which has got to be worth something, even if you don't walk on the moon. I'm kind of snorkeling today, forgive me. So I thought I'd read this poem, Werewolf. When you're 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years old, and the air will not come, it will not return to your lungs, the full moon forest of your bronchioles, a dark and cluttered place. The horror you want is the one that howls, full breath unleashed into powerful beast, red blood rampant with oxygen, running through a wilderness where there's nothing you're allergic to. Oh, excuse me. This one's for Pella and her poem of last night. It's got birds in it. But they're my birds.
Birds are nice.
It's my birds. My kind of bird. This is called Bird Sounds. The sandhill cranes in the swamp across the road sound exactly like pterodactyls must have. An early bird calls at dawn. Its Morse code rhythms sound like an alarm clock. There is a bird whose utterances in the hot afternoon sound like pine cones dropping on a timpani. Another beeps like a delivery truck backing up the driveway so it can get out quick. As they flit between the coral bells, some hummingbirds know the words, but choose to sound like a flat tire on the highway. One bird sings a single note, fill of glass outside the house. It might be a microwave or a Finnish dishwasher. Pardon me. This is my book, Try Not to Be a Nature Poet. If you don't have one, come talk to me about it. First real snowfall of the season, November 30th, 2020. Did I have to go out in it, wind and gray and white, over the tops of my boots, bundle up as best I can, dreading the unavoidability, all the baggage of another winter. Then 3 steps out the back door, and a miracle of muscle memory places me in childhood's thrill. Cold air in my lungs, cycle, how each year the snow is a new thing, heralding my birthday and Christmas. A smooth blanket covering prickly pollen allergies, where creatures left evidence of comings and goings, birds in bright relief against a rare blue sky. All this walking 100 feet to my truck and its heater and the glimpse that I might get through another year. And this is from Hot Rod Golgotha. I read the title poem last night. Hang on a minute. Not making my knowledge stuff up. It's called Millermatic. If I can find it. on page 24. Yeah, Miller-Matic. That's the kind of welder, for those of you who don't know. Miller-Matic 130s and 40. It's best when you're on your back, vulnerable, except for your big gloves, welding mask, and a welding blanket wrapped around, so as you lie there in the sparks and occasional red-hot metal drip, your body goes somewhere else. As you pull yourself, along with the weld, across a molten metal hellscape, where you have the torch, the wand, the complete power, and you feel like the brightest of angels, and angels heat and light within your hands. Lucifer bringing light, Prometheus bringing fire. And we will close out with a poem called 12-Second Quarter Mile. Now, if you can do a 12-second quarter mile at the drag strip, by the end of that quarter mile, you're doing well over 100 miles an hour. It's a considerable achievement. Some of the things listed in here I have improved with. So 12-second quarter mile. Sometimes I still get caught inside that gap between my hands and my head. Inabilities to cut a straight line, bore holes that are evenly spaced, paint without runs, lay down any kind of weld. I hang undercover with hot rod buddies, mechanics, craftsmen, sculptors and visionaries whose thoughts flesh out into metal capable of 120 miles per hour down the drag strip. These words, so simple and forgiving, my poems routinely chopped and channeled, lowered and louvered and sectioned and scalloped faster than my fingers, though not so quick as my thoughts. How can I make them roar to shake windows, smoke and peel out, burning rubber clouds, shoot flames into the darkness, or even convey the time spent accumulating just the right accoutrements, grinding, sanding, sweet shaping, tripping over my tongue and onto this paper every tool I've ever gathered in constant attempt to wrench this thing free. All right, well, thank you very, very much. Thanks for showing me.
Joe Hoppe.